Never have I played a game that frustrates me so much that it makes me want to turn it off, delete it from the console, and immediately reinstall it and get right back into another game, quite like the finals.
Bullshit.
Halfway through.
That's bullshit. They should let you finish it.
It should pause it. Oh, fuck. This game's good.
Yes,
The finals is a free-to-play competitive team-based multiplayer shooter where teams of 3 compete in largely highly destructible maps, densely packed with all sorts of buildings, bridges, and exploding canisters to help them fight to be the first team to make the most amount of cash before the game ends. So basically, this is how it works. All teams spawn in together on the map. The teams race to a lockbox full of money. First team to unlock the box then has to transport that money to the bank terminal. You guard it while the cash is being uploaded at the terminal, and then bam, you've scored cash for the scoreboard. Pretty straightforward, and it really is. The finals is one of those wonderful games that's easy to learn, but hard to master. Now, there aren't many modes in the game, really only having 3. You've got Quick Cash, which is a 3v3v3 mode, where you have unlimited spawns and the first team to 20k cashed out is the winner. There's Bank It, where you've got 3v3v3v3, where you and your teammates have to run around the map collecting coins from lockboxes and enemy bodies. This mode also has unlimited spawns, and the first team to 40k wins. And finally, you have Tournaments, which comes in 2 flavors. You got regular and you got ranked. And this is where I've spent the majority of my time. Now, at the time of this review, I still haven't even unlocked ranked mode, but my God, does regular feel just as sweaty, or sweaty enough. Like, it's crazy. In this mode, it's an elimination. 4 teams of 3 go up against each other, while another 4 teams of 3 in a different game go up against each other. And then the top 2 teams from both of those matches then go up against each other in an elimination round, all leading to the top 2 teams going head to head in the finals. It's stressful, full on, and a really good goddamn time. Now, for the people out there that are going to say all the modes are the same and you're just doing the same thing, guess what? You are absolutely right. You are 100% correct. The way the game kills that feeling of repetitiveness is in the map design and class system. The variation on maps is crazy. None of the maps look the same in the slightest, but all the maps have a certain feel to them, so you never feel like you're behind the 8 ball if you suddenly start playing on a map that you never get to play too often, but another team only ever gets to seem to play on this map. Another way they mix it up is with the map variations. So for example, sometimes the map will be standard issue, all ready to go, and other times it'll be under construction. Then there are times with moving platforms and cash out stations suspended high above, always making the map feel fresh. And if that doesn't work for you, there's always the game shows events that happen halfway through a match. These really keep you on your toes and throw the game from first-person shooter into zany WTF territory. For example, there's an event called Alien Invasion where a bunch of UFOs hover above using their tractor beams to pull the buildings apart, and then they shoot down above onto the contestants. But there's always events that spice things up as well, like Team Deathmatch, where kills will grant you extra cash when you eliminate your opponents. So all in all, the team at Embark Studios have done a really good job to make the game always feel fresh and new, and I look forward to the maps and events that I hope they add into the future. Now, the class system is really simple, right? You have light, medium, and heavy classes, each with their own locked loadouts, strengths, and weaknesses. For example, the light class is fast as hell. They get that cash and they go. The heavies can bring a whole building down on their own, and the mediums, well, they can heal a team for days. Each class can feel really different, and each class can change the feel of a game. When you're in a game with almost no heavies at all, the map remains mostly together, making it harder to flank or power through to the bank, whereas other times you'll get teams who are just smashing stuff all the time. Team compositions make a huge difference in how a match plays out, and even what the map is going to look like by the end of a match. In certain games, you're literally going to be running around just giant piles of rubble and everything on fire. I cannot stress enough how dynamic the environments are and how much of an impact the team composition has on the match. Shooting feels really good, and the weapons for the most part feel pretty balanced. The only time I ever felt like it wasn't, well, there was this one game where some butthole just griefed me with knives for the whole game. But other than that horror show, all the Twitch shooting feels great and pretty balanced. Visually, the game's a 10. At no point did I ever feel like the game was ugly. The maps themselves are very pretty and make it really easy to spot enemies. No one's going to be blending into the background, especially since most of the players are running around like Elvis and Kung Fu Panda anyway. The customization of the game is okay. Nothing really stands out in the store or the battle pass. It all feels very tame and not as crazy as they could have gone, but I'm sure we won't have to wait long. There's a few different ways to customize your character. You basically get face, eye color, and hair. They're like yours to customize. They have a few options and they're basically free for you to do what you will. When it comes to clothing and costumes, you can either unlock them through leveling up, buying them with in-game currency, or getting the premium stuff from the store with the real-life dollars, or from the battle pass. To be honest, in my opinion, at the moment, the best and coolest stuff is the free stuff you can get, unlocked through leveling. Now, I'm not saying it's all good, but it's really nice to have aesthetically appealing cosmetics that I can unlock for free and not feel pressured to have to buy them from the store for real cash. So in conclusion, in a year full of disappointments for the first-person shooter and multiplayer fans out there, hell, the last couple of years haven't been too great, the finals is a really fun, addicting breath of fresh air that I think we all needed. It may not have a lot to do, but what it does have is done exceedingly well, and it's shaping up to be my new multiplayer addiction. If you're unsure on whether or not you'll like it, guess what? It's free, so just give it a download and have a look for yourself. But I personally cannot recommend this game enough. Please give it a try. On the 1-up scale, the finals gets an 8 out of 10.